Alright, 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 alright. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness my mic was off on that one. Where's my video capture card? There it is. Welcome to another original series from Zero Power Jimmy Wilson on the Orlock 425 channel. Now, before I get started, I'm getting things up and running, so hang on. I'm about to do things pretty much. Okay, so it looks like my thing should be okay now. I'm going to see how my capture card is doing because this is again being a while back. So okay, so looks like I got myself in there. Where's my grease cam at? Okay, so it seems that everything else is okay, running smoothly fine, and doesn't look like I'm having any type of issue problems or whatsoever. So everything seems to be on an alright state. So again, hello, this is again Jimmy Wilson. Man, it's been a while since I did this. I probably forgot. I probably won't use my headphones on this thing since it is just showing a bunch of Ford maps and I do need to go in them, but let me go ahead and connect to the lobby. Yeah, we know about the Master Chief. So basically, what I'm doing right now, get my volume going good, is I'm gonna be showing a bunch of maps for you guys over there at the YouTube side, just to see how things are running. I don't know if my quality is good. I'm about to take a look because I have it on a bad quality. Let me see if I can put it more at HP. Okay. Oops, I'm in the wrong one. Okay. That's better. Okay, now it isn't. It's got worse. Okay. So let's go ahead and get right to this. Alright, where's build? This is what again what you call, these guys have been failing over there at 343 and their infinite site, so I can't really get them upgraded or whatever you call it, but I can manage to continue showing what is showing. I know it's like I'm shocked that I can't believe that I have to show without the whole situation, but again, I am only doing my best what I can do, so you gotta bear with me, and it's gonna take a while, but I'm pretty much gonna continue with the second part of what I'm gonna be showing on this. So the original series, again, here I am with another Forge maps in my childhood I've been playing before I went to retirement on these, but these are like memories of what I did. So that's exactly what I'm going to be showing on this this live play thing for today. So let's get right to this. I'm just checking to ensure which ones I already done, so I will repeat. So the ones I haven't looked at right now are these. It looks like these three, I think, because it doesn't look like I did a ride of it, but I haven't showed the multiplayer map. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the whole Jurassic thing going here. So let's go ahead and play this in Forge. Alright. So this is a map I played from the past. It's been quite a while since I actually went in it, but you gotta bear with me. These are old maps, but they're still cool to see and to review. Sort of, if you guys have any ideas for Halo Infinite, if it does have something like this, it can give you ideas of what cool multiplayer custom maps you can put on that game if it does come to life, because right now they don't have it available. I'm pretty much just reviewing in this thing. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm making sure that everything's running smoothly before I make any adjustments. But basically, yeah, that's about much I'm going on right now. Okay. It looks like I'm in right now. So thank goodness I have my audio off, so I'll probably just play some music for myself only. Because I don't like just hearing a bunch of dead silence, because that really irritates me. It really does. And thank goodness on my side I actually blocked the audio, so I could be choosing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this good thing right up and running. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, that's better. Okay. So let's go ahead and view this one first, because this one's pretty interesting. And don't mind the blur, that thing's always annoying. I don't know why it does that. In UBS Studios, some reason that little static always gets annoying. It just, it's something I can't even understand why. But I'm not gonna be moving too much. I'm just seeing how the quality is. I'm gonna take a look at it right now to see how it runs. Okay, let me move one more time to see how it runs. Okay, well, it's getting a little better, I can tell, but it still has that lag a little bit on it. So I know if I need to make adjustments, I probably should make adjustments. But since I'm not going to be moving too much, I'm going to go ahead and leave it the way it is. Okay, so if you haven't seen my Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Part 4, you should stop watching this and go immediately right to that, because you're missing out basically on that live play. I will probably put it in my end screen. But if you have seen it, then just sit back, enjoy this. I know it'll be kind of blurry because I'm still messing with the settings, but I'm not going to be moving too much because I do want to get the visuals on this one today. Okay, so this right here is the Jurassic Park first simulation from somebody who created this, and I'll release the info immediately. Let me see, where is it at? There's no info, and it probably didn't tell me here, but when I get to the map. It was basically I played it when my childhood, and this map really like did like some cool stuff. You can tell I had like moments here where I was like fighting against some of my family members, and we've been like going like crazy with all these bionic weapons and stuff. So it's really like interesting to know how it still functions and to know how it works. This is how you do it. You go right here to as a player, and you can see how everything completely changes. Let me see how it functions right now. Come on, give me a visual. Okay, well that should be fine, but rather than that, yes, this is where I usually pick up weapons like that. Usually I could see it looks like there's a like dinosaur or reptile in there. And that's where you're like moving around doing all these crazy stuff. Mostly this had some weird vehicles. You can tell there's like different colored ones with weapons. I try to change a couple of things that Halo Infinite's still missing, that Halo 5 still achieves at. So I'm pretty shocked that, you know, there's just something about this that just, you could tell that there's things that are missing. You got this one, the second one, and the first one, which is pretty cool. You could tell it shoots a little bit stronger. Look how strong it shoots. Like, come on, Halo Infinite. Miss Halo 5 is beating you on the multiplayer side because you got this right here. You see how strong? Like, come on, what the hell is that about? And then over here you have this one too, which is cool. It's this like Wraith that's a different color, much stronger than the other Wraiths, and you could tell it's really at its high definition by just going in it. That's how it shoots too. It's like really powerful. Like, they took their time to actually did a good job with this. I'm pretty much in shock. It still functions, so most of the weapons here. Around it, it's just basically a custom built scenario. That's what I'm looking at right now. A custom built, so you really have to like really engage with it. I can't be moving so much. I'll try to move slowest as possible. But you can tell the whole thing I've done here is like basically all the cool varieties of the things I used to play a lot with my family members. And we usually just fight in this map and against each other and still see who winks at the best. Though it's still sad, you know, most of the things are like now retirement. I just joined as a way to see all this cool stuff. I don't want to move so much. And they still got these battle rifles. What is going on with my screen? God damn it. Ubi Studios does this a lot. And the Steam Lab never does this. Every time on their side, it does a pretty good job. It sucks when you have to switch settings. That's why I like did it like that. You can tell this looks like a little bit different than the one I usually play on Halo Infinite. Somehow my grenades are always doing that. This is like the extreme powerfulest one that I use. You can see how powerful it shoots. Like, it's insane. I'm probably gonna keep it because I realize how the visuals are going a little bit pixelated, so I'm trying not to move too much. So you have these invisible barriers so nobody can just walk in there, so it's like an empty tunnel. Then you use these mech ticks or anything like robots. And damn, that screen's always like having that issue. So yeah, this is one of our maps that I usually play a lot and fight against other like opponents of that before I went to fully retirement. And here's the neat part of this. And right here is like a little cool like spectacle of how the map really is. It has the title, but some reason the title's not there. But what makes it like crazy, it's like you could tell that they actually took their time to make the map really at a fantastic job. That's what I think makes this map work out so well. I'm looking around this place. This is afar about much of the map's interior. If you want to check this out, I'll probably put it at the end of this. So let me go ahead and end this Leaf Forge. Yes. Check out the info, because I'm always going to look at the info now, so that way it shows who built this part, who built this map, and what led to this. Okay, so here it is. And it should tell me by file options. There you go. It was the owner. It wasn't me. The original owner was I just fixed it up. Basically like maps I fixed up, but the original owner was D4K Death. That's the original owner who created this in 2016, and I modified it in 2017. So it was like a while long back before I was able to make adjustments to it. But this guy who created this is, I have props for him for actually making it work out through that. So let's move on to at least, because you got two Jurassic World, so I want to get all the Jurassic World done today. These are not the regular like driving ones. These are more like just looking at the maps deterioration for each one. Okay, so we got the Jurassic World. I'm gonna switch over to Jurassic Park and Jurassic World to make it different. It takes a while too just to get these things done. Again, sorry for the quality. It's still under testing. I have to make sure that it doesn't have any problems. I might try a default to see what happens, but rather than that, it's still hard to get good quality when it comes to this side of the footage, because again, the raw thing and the good can sometimes have some problems where they can interfere, so I have to like keep it at a limit. So I'm trying to find where its limit at its best on quality. Alright, so here we go with another map. Let me go ahead and why is it doing that? God damn it. It's always like losing its control all of a sudden. Even though I put it on square, it does that for a lot of reasons. But it's still under testing. Okay. But this is the map interior. You could tell that it has like a lot of cool craziness in it. Basically, he wanted to do a scene from the first Jurassic World film, where they had the reptiles in training, and he basically was on top of there. Let me see if I can get a closer look at it. It looks cool because it looks like the actual scene, where it's like the Velociraptors should be right there, and he's just training them from this bridge. So it's like you could tell. I'm trying not to move too fast. You could tell he did a good job in getting this thing up and running. I'll put in the file options at the end so you can see who created it. But again, this is like interesting to know. And what I did to make modifications, I added some. Hello, welcome to the original series video. I'm doing this live. So I was saying, what my modifications did, I had to put some rail guns on this map, like something like that. These things that are over the things, so you can have like awesome weapons to fight against opponents. And oh gosh, what is wrong with that thing? Okay. And then over here, basically is just like the rusty interior, but the most best traction I know is right here, basically this little small pot, because it just reminds me of the Jurassic World, the first film, and this scene where he's training. It's just really fantastic, and that thing is really annoying. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Sorry for the little interruption, but that thing's really like in my nerves right now. Okay. It doesn't really handle, I can tell it doesn't really handle it when it comes to quality like this in the daytime or near grass. It kind of messes up for some reason. It's still unknown or clear why it does that a lot. But you could tell over here there's different weapons I added. You could tell this one's much stronger. You can shoot. It's like multiple guns per second. It's pretty crazy. But this is like similar to that first film, this right here. It's when that ginormous dinosaur, what you call the experimental one, comes. You can tell there's nothing in the other end. But what it is, it's like he's basically, they're hiding in their car and this thing comes out from its cage and starts like breaking out of containment and trying to terrorize whatever citizen. So it's pretty cool how this creator was able to make that happen. And then over here, let me see if I can move fast as possible. It can't state it, but you can grab the gun really fast before the time runs out and have to go back. It's like a really strong weapon, much stronger. I think the 343 should go back in the roots with the Halo 5 side and return these weapons of the strong utility ones, because they're really like, they make it really cool. So far the Jurassic World does have the same thing if you were doing the regular one. And why does it keep doing that? Let me get an out view of it. So you look around here, there's a lot of blockage. It's like it's just not a really big map. You could tell it's small, but he did a good job to make it small enough so you can fight up players between these areas and still go to the Easter egg areas that are really cool. That's what makes it fun. Doesn't look like you can go in there because it's blocked too as well. But it's like a small map that you can just fight around against players and do all this constant stuff with it. So that's basically what you can call this map. Let me see if I can go even farther. So yeah, that's the map of Jurassic World from this creator. He or the person was able to get this thing working and get it to right, and then all I did was just added a few weapons, made a few adjustments on just adding, because that's what I do with these maps. I just put weapons in there that they don't have them incomplete, and just make it enough so this thing could actually work and get all its map. Think of it as like similar if you play Time Splitters. Get the map up and running after you build it so it can be playable. That's basically what I did, and it was playable enough that players were satisfied, including some of my family members that we played in it were satisfied to enjoy having fun with this. So that's this map. And again, sorry for that little weird like light thing, but some reason it just doesn't work well when it comes to or somehow it's just weird why it does that. Like, it can happen at random moments. So the author, again, the original author, because I'm just the modifier, was Atlantis XD. He's the one that created this map, and he was able to do a good job. Well, actually, no, what was I? Okay, that's the next one. So, which one was I looking at? This one right here, right? Okay. So I guess I guess it's the same author. So the XD is probably the one we're gonna look at afterwards. But this is the same one that did the first Jurassic Park map. I think I got it because the other one I got it wrong. So this guy created these two maps. And then you have this one too, which we're going to look at this guy's Atlantis XD to see how he created Jurassic World. Because I want to get these maps reviewed and done so I can move on. I'm going to go ahead and look at this one to see what the Atlantis XD did. So since I already showed that author, I don't need to show it again. But I'm going to get it right up and running. Okay. I know I wanted to put in my screen on big full screen, but apparently since it has that weird like lashing like glitchy thing in the bottom, you can't really see it really well. So that's why I'm gonna make sure that that does continue happening. Okay, let me move faster in this. How you do this? Okay, there you go. And this one goes even quicker. Okay. Alright, this is his map basically. Atlantis XD. He did it in a way that made it small enough that you can fight against team members. And what's cool about this map is it looks similar like the iconic Jurassic scenes, because you could tell. Look at that. That's pretty neat how he did this. Like an out view of it, of looking like an illusion if you're seeing a ginormous like thing coming out from the first film. So that was cool. I actually realized how creative he became to make an out view look designed really amazing. And then the rest is just like fighting against each other. So this is like another popular map from this creator. And what I did with it is I had to make it playable because again it wasn't playable enough. So I added vehicles, like I added this Mantis right here, one with the color that's an advanced Mantis, and then I added a one with a more like futuristic Mantis. So it's like one of this interesting, and you could tell like that's where we start point for the red team. So like a blue versus red, where you had deterrence. If the blue team gets too close, you could use this and shoot them down, or their vehicles get way too close, and you can like shoot them from getting too close. And basically, you can capture the flag too in this map as well, so that was cool about it. And you can also go in here if you want and start shooting your opponents from this area. Me personally, I just like going around the regular route because that's where mostly the fight. But what's cool about this player did, or this creator did, is he was able to do some cool designs on this. Let me see, because he was able to make this move. There's a way to do that. If you look here closely, he was able to make this thing move. Like if you were to go on this, it will move automatically, like just in a couple of seconds. You can tell it moves up. So you can be able to get a good sniping shot from that and snipe around from the other interior. But to make that work, there's a setting to do that, and hopefully they'll continue to do something like that where it can move automatically the structure in Halo Infinite without having that, because Halo 5 right now is still winning at the how it's casting its multiplayer building structures at. Though it doesn't have any elites, that's what sucks about it. And that's what the 343 is lacking. Hopefully they get it in there, because it really does need it in there. You can capture a flag in here as well. It puts some weapons in there. It's same thing in the blue side, so there's really like no easy like alternative routes. I like this because he was able to be creative, like put some dinosaurs in there that look alike and make it like structures, so it looks cool. How it looks like an interesting fight scene, some things like that. And then you have something right here as well. We have Ghost and Mantis, fighting against, to make it strong enough so they can fight against each other, things like that. And then you have this right here, which is cool. You need to hide somewhere or just for a structured outlook view. So yeah, this is the map. And I gotta give you, it's like a B for me for this one, because it does have a cool out view. Like if you look straight ahead, it looks cool how you look at that. Okay, so let me go back up. So overall, this map is still cool. Even though it's small, it has a good out view right here that connects like an ocean. It looks like an island, and you just blocked everything else, so you can make it work. So yeah, I give Atlantis XD a prop for that. So okay, I have to leave this one. Go ahead and check out another map, since this one was already taken a look at. Okay, then I think, did I get Lost World in this? Looking at this, no, I didn't get Lost World, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Get the Lost World. Yes, I'm gonna put this in there. So this one's fun too. I will put the creator's name at the end from this one. This is like one of those maps that are basically Similar from if you watched the Jurassic Park, The Lost World, that's basically what this is. So it has like reference Easter eggs to that, and that's what I think this map does a good job at showing. It's like a night version map, so it's basically dark. So you have to be really good at seeing. We were playing that in multiplayer and in Infection. It's scarier in Infection, I could tell you that right now. Very scarier. But it's most likely, when it comes to multiplayer, you have to really have a good see for this. Alright, so this is the map. Let me go ahead and view it out. This map has like a big outlook view of everything else. It's a good thing you could see all the colors. I put a bunch of forests and made it rain. And then over here is just like a scenery from the Jurassic Park thing. So let me go ahead and be my first person out view. Alright. So what he did is he added these campsites. This is like where those people were hanging around the camps were capturing dinosaurs in these cages. So like the scene, they were about to leash them, and so they had them in cages and release, and all this chaos started happening. That's basically what happened here. Alright, so now we got that. This thing glows, so you don't have to worry about too much of the lighting. I'm gonna look a little closer at the whole exterior, because it does work at night when it comes to UPS Studios. The night things usually seem to work. You can tell whole this place is like dark, so you can't really see. And here's more of the lighting thing. You can tell what this scene recognizes from. It's when they're about to fall off this ginormous hill. You can tell they're about to fall off that, and they have to like have a vehicle to try to get it back up after they've been destroyed, things like that. And what's cool about it, it has references. You can tell from right here what they're trying to do. Supposedly gets eaten, so to give them enough time to make an escape. And you can tell there's another cool weapon right here. You see how strong this one is? Very strong. But what is cool what this creator did, he was able to make a lot of references, and you could tell from what that part thing is already. It's when they have that child up in the cage somewhere safe. So that child basically stuck up there somewhere where he's not safe, and they have a rope just to go up there so they won't get hurt. And this one's really strong. It has like a severe bullet. And then you have this weapon as too, very, very strong. If you're using this weapon in Halo Infinite, you better bet your chances you're gonna kill them instantaneously, because that's how powerful these weapons are. Very strong. It's like a recommend if you're like one of those like people like upgraded weapons. Even this one right here, very strong, able to decimate any elites. If I use these weapons in Halo Infinite, they'll die very faster than the ones that are currently at. Very quick. And you can tell they have the dart Easter egg right here. So it's cool references that he was able to put into this map. Though I can't see clearly, there is like little caves over here. Let me see if I can go up here where I put weapons. It's like a bigger, like a medium-sized map to fight against opponents. And you can tell this rock is really strong, completely decimated just like that. Look how powerful that thing is. Like, goodness, that thing just destroyed everything in seconds. I mean, it was so crazy that it had some like things, but you could tell these weapons are good relief to use. So yeah, this is basically the map. I think this is where they had the T-Rex at, caged up in this area. And all the rest is basically the same, where it's like a forest and you're basically fighting in this Lost Park thing. So I give props for this creator, at least for actually making this work out, because it did look really neat and cool to design of how the person actually wanted. And there's one more thing I wanted to show before I end it. Oh my god, what's going on there? It's right here. So you see these lights? If you go closer here, you could tell that it gets deeper and deeper. Basically make you a scary vibe experience if you were like playing an Infection. You go in these like deep like bushes. You could tell, you feel like if there's a T-Rex chasing after you, but in Infection it makes the infected person more as scarier and advancing. So if you end up in this corner, you better hope that you don't get killed, because you can get killed instantaneously without even noticing. But in multiplayer, when you go in here, you just have to look around to see if there's any opponents on the top before you can retrieve these weapons. Look how strong these are. Incredible. This is what they're missing, Halo Infinite. I'm telling them, they need a 3-3 really needs to get these weapons on there. Because this is what's going to make their multiplayer even better. If you can progress to unlock these or something. Because we always don't progress to unlock skins and stuff like that. So that's the Jurassic Lost World map in Halo 5. And the creator I'm about to show right now who made this map. So if you go to right here in the file option, the original author, of course, somehow, I don't know why, but it wasn't me. There is no way I didn't build this park. I didn't put my time in it. I don't know why it did that. Somehow it erased it. But whoever this creator was, he was able to put it in there. For some reason, it was supposed to show the original author's files, but it did not. I don't know why it did it. But that was Jurassic The Lost World. And I gotta tell you, that one did a pretty good job to make me interested in knowing what was coming in. Alright, so now I'm gonna get these two maps up here because I don't think we have them in there. Let me see. I didn't get to show those. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this in Forge. So D-Day is like another fun World War similar experience. I went with this is because I wanted to fix it up to make it more like if you're fighting opponents against teammates or an infection, you can have it something like World War where you're trying to prevent the alliance from getting through. And infection, it's more funner because infection you have like people with weapons trying to prevent the alliance to get through, and if they get infected or they get shot, whatever it may be, then they get infected, and until they're able to swarm in and get up there really fast. Alright. I'm not gonna be streaming 33 minutes. Okay. Where the heck am I? Okay, let me get it to the map. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of foggy, you can tell. But they did it in a foggy way so you can barely see. For some reason, I don't know why it does that. Yeah, he put some sort of boundary to prevent anyone from escaping. You can tell if you go beyond right here, it tells you have to return or you die. But what he did was he was able to, this creator was able to make World War II experience. You can tell the only weapons you have are these weapons, which makes sense if you're like in a World War shooting. You have all these like rocket launchers. You could shoot if you go in like nearby areas where they're shooting. You could use rockets against them and shoot your opponents from the caves and cliffs. Then if you go over here, you have sniper who you can pin down, use a sniper, and try sniping back if you can see clear. It is foggy, so it's really difficult to see. So basically you have rockets, snipers, all pinned down these areas, so you can get through and advance a better way. If you're good at sniping, you'll love this map because you could find a way to pin them down and shoot them down from that easily. So let's take a look at the entire interior. The player did use these boats as a structure. Then he was able to get all those rest of those areas and get them to look like. Now there is boundaries where you can tell right there how they're wall. And the only way to do it by destroying something right here, because there's a way to destroy it. You have to press a landmine right there. I think it works by just clicking on this. You click on this switch to activate the landmine and basically break off and set you through to open this little hatch area right here. Because once that breaks off, the more of the players can advance and get closer to the area. Because all these opponents have to do is just try to shoot them down. So basically, like if you're one of the defenders, let me see if I can go in here. All you have to do is basically do this. You have to shoot them down from there and just try to prevent them from advancing. You have rockets too, so they're not the only ones that have rockets. And you could shoot down and basically trying to prevent them from advancing. Because their goal, the Alliance, is to break through, get in within the boundaries right here, and try to shoot at them until they reach right here. Because the gates are blocked from this side. There's no way they can get around. It's all blocked. So the only way to get through is basically by getting it right up in here. Once they get up in here, they just have to break through right here, this open trench. They have this open trench to get the players in here and able to. You can't jump. Don't let you jump. If you try jumping, it's hopeless. But they have to break in here and shoot them down from here to be able to infect the rest. That's an infection. In multiplayer, you basically spawn all the time over there, so it's basically like a shooting from here and shooting from there. In the multiplayer, it kind of got players annoyed that they always spawn over there and they had to like shoot from 2 different angles, but it was still fun to actually only do shooting if you don't like advancing. Though again, when it comes to infection, it's more interesting because you don't know what's gonna happen. You do have turrets, like right here for an example. You do have turrets where they can shoot if they go too close, and you can continue shooting it as much as possible for the defenders. And you also have, I think, not turrets right here, because I think this is like another sniping area. So it's basically like sniping and rockets you can use. That's basically they're adding World War. So let me see if I can get in there as fast as possible. And you have another turret right here, so if they start going too much, you can start shooting them down from right here. Prevent them from advancing. So it's basically like an end result to see who will win, who will lose, basically. Like who's the strongest team to make it through. So that was doing it in the past, and it was pretty fun. After a while, we just like forgot about it, and it just left it barren. But yeah, I got give this creator some props for actually making a cool map that looked interesting enough to make it like a D-Day event. And it's cool as a small, medium-sized map of how the creator did this. So yeah, this is the map of the D-Day event. I'm gonna look at the creator who made it right now. Okay, so the original creator was Skywolf. So if you want to know what Skywolf's been building, you can always take a look at that. He did this cool map, and I'm pretty interested to see what else he's gonna find. Alright, so here we go with the next one. This is another map that I wanted to take a look at. It was called Kindergarten. And the only reason why I wanted to show this map is because how cool this thing is. It really looks like, and that's why I'm actually doing right now. Let me see if I can. How long did I do my thing right now? Because I'm about to look at it. Oh, about an hour. Okay, so it means I have an hour as well to continue on what I'm doing. Alright, come on. So this kindergarten is pretty interesting and neat how this person designed it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. How do we get in? This thing has a lot of obstacles. Okay. Can I get in through this side? No. There's a way to get in. Let me die first. Let me see. Die by doing it. Alright, I died. No, it doesn't let you spawn. That's weird. Oh, this must be one of the spawn points, I think. Let me see. A scenario point. Okay, there you go. Oh, I think this is where the infected get in. Oh, I see. This is where usually the infection will go through. This player really doesn't want you going in there. Trying to find another alternative route, but yeah, this player or this creator really did a good job on blocking because he wanted to make sure it was right. Oh my god, what happened here? Oh, that's neat. Okay, I didn't know that was there, but I guess this is like a little similar to Call of Duty's experience. But how do we get out? That's all I want to know. Is it blocked here as well? No, it's not blocked. Okay, thank goodness. That's cool how that person was able to do that experience. So this is like a kindergarten, something like that. And doesn't look like I can get in there. I could tell I added some stuff in there. Well, I may have, don't know yet because I can't remember much. But this is one of the another childhood map that I was playing in. It's cool because you could use this turret to take down the infected that come through, and it's really cool, interesting. And you can also do this one and do is activate something in here. Let me see. I don't think it lets you. No, it doesn't let you. Okay. And most of this map is still missing because you could tell this person really blocked everything to ensure you can't get in there. He does have this look-alike thing, which is cool. Like, it has a look-alike. You can activate an overshield. So basically, if the infected gets near you, you can always have this overshield. I'm trying to break this, but it doesn't let me. Yeah, it doesn't let me go in there for some reason. Let me see. I don't think it lets me go in there either. Nope. Yeah, you really did a good job to pinning things down. You see, I remember how to grab this. There you go. I just grabbed it so I don't have to interfere with it. So basically, just leave it open. This player made a look-alike thing, which is cool because you could turn this on, kill the infected players in this, and you can move throughout the entire thing. The design is neat too because it's like you don't know what to expect until everything's closed off. This is where I usually refill, but I guess they changed it up, so you still have these colors that look alike. See if able to get out. Yeah, he blocked those as well. So basically it works in the map, but for some reason it's not working now. Invisible switch. Basically you have to clicking or something. It's really hard to grab this. Okay. I have to like open stuff up in order to grow around. And this is where you grab another weapon and start shooting any infected players while you're going through. It has like these invisible switches. I'm pretty amazed how this creator took his time to make it similar, like the same. Okay, let me go in here. Probably invisible. Yeah, this is invisible as well. I gotta grab it. Just slide it over, that's all I'm gonna do. So I can get a good visual. Everything's still the same. We go down here. So like the moment where you're going down and you're trying to face off against opponents. Okay, and I guess this is the behind the curtain scene. Like the level to switch it. There you go. Open the curtains. It's cool how you have this look-alike curtains. And basically you can go in there and do all that cool stuff. Like the backstage of it. That one can you correct as well? Yes, you could. Okay, just leave it open. Like behind the stage, this creator did mostly a lot of work on this. I'm pretty amazed how long it took them to do this. You got every single detail exactly like similar to the realistic game. Is that a Halo? Yeah, it's a Halo 1 Combat Evolved pistol. I like using this. You have another turret right here for the infected. You got another active speed boost so you can run faster. Look how fast you can run now. So you can make moves and you got more of that open. So yeah, I give commends for this crater for making it look like and opening stuff up. Alright, so let's leave this one. Look at the creator who made this. Okay, so the creator was Dark Drink. It's kind of weird logo. He was the one that created this map. So he give props for what he made it look alike and did a good job to make it like the actual map from itself. So the ones I haven't looked at, I can tell right now because I've been looking at all this stuff. I haven't recently looked at the Amnesia map or the Black Ops 2, didn't I? Let me see. It doesn't look like I have Black Ops 2 either, so I'll do it in this stream as well. I'll try to get every single one of these as much possible on the first page, so that way you can get it done. You have this one, but again, I don't know much about it because it doesn't have a picture. I'll take a look to see what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this. So this is cool how I like how I took the screenshot of this. It just loads it with that, and to have things like that in Halo Infinite will make it much cooler, and that's what MCC is also missing. That if you don't have something like that, it's gonna be really hard for get people players interested in your things. So that's what Halo Infinite needs to do as well, is put some pictures, whatever you may do, to make it players come to that map when they see something image really cool and they want to play. What the heck is that? That's what they should do. Because Halo 5 has those a lot, and those images are really fantastic. They show how cool it really is. Oh my god, it's smoking here. Okay, so this is the map. You can tell right here, the whole map is basically covered. You can tell all this craziness. I don't know let me find out what this is first. This is a spawn point. I don't know why they put it up there. And basically the out view, you could tell it has like all this cool stuff that made it look like it's like a large map. It looks like a large map here. The out structure is large and everything else is like just buildings. Let me see if I can go player mode. And how look at how it stands out. It looks insane. Just by going to this, it looks like all this tier structure is like complete differently. And you can tell he put like fire effect to make it look like it's actually lava. Can you get killed here? Yeah, wait, can you? No, you can't get killed. Yeah, he lacks upon the only thing that Halo lacks upon is right here. If you're touching lava or something like that, you're supposed to get your health bars going down. For some reason you can't. Only if you touch the fire. So, but it commends what this creator was doing. Did look like similar to the Call of Duty Zombies Black Ops 2, and you can open sections, interact by getting some achievements. I'm gonna go ahead and open them right now because it's cool how you could do all this cool stuff in there. Trust me, when I was in my childhood era times or young teens, I always like loved these type of maps where I can customize them, fix them up, and get them playable for players to enjoy experience. And thanks to Halo 5, we were able to get a bunch of players to play in. It was that cool. And get overshield. And when you're fighting multiplayer, you can just shoot each other from the other side. So it's like a cool map to fight in. The design is kind of like interesting because you don't know what's gonna happen next. Like, is this thing gonna be good? It's gonna be bad. I wonder where the mystery box is. Probably right here. Yeah, here's where the mystery box is at. it doesn't look like you can interfere with it, but that's where basically where you get all your weapons at. So it's kind of cool how they were able to get cool stuff in here and make it workable. And what I did is, again, I had to look in there and to see if like there's anything useful. I wasn't able to put in that much weapons, but you're able to get cool ones in there. It only sucks that you can't really like get these things up and run in here. Looks like it has 4 in there for some reason. It's like I keep switching them on, so it has way too much. Let me open this. And then you have the out view. So usually you can't go in this area because you can fall and get killed. But since this is Halo 5, it doesn't really matter. This map, again, I've made it also in Minecraft, so it's not just in Halo Forge. I made this also in Minecraft. So if you were to go back in my Minecraft to the village, you can actually see some town similar to the Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And start running around. This map is very old, and it still brings you memories of the game that usually done. Alright, so yeah, give props for this dude. He actually did a good job for making this thing and make it more spooky with the special effects to make it work. And he actually did a good job. Alright, so let's go ahead and exit this one. Alright, so the creator who made that map, let me go ahead and take a look, was none other than Wookie Cookies 1. And he was able to make a map that made it cool, and I just made some justifications to make it even better and playable, because these maps come unplayable for some reason. So I just fixed it up to make it playable at least. Alright, so I don't know what this one is to see. Yes, it looks like I did fix it up, so I'm gonna find out what the heck is this. I never seen it. I don't remember anything about it, so I'm gonna take a look to see what am I actually getting myself into. Alright, come on, come on. These maps are pretty much interesting, to be honest. They're interesting maps. Alright, so what is this? I have no idea, but I think it's some sort of lock or some mechanism, something like that. Alright, you go in here, and now what? You know, I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what this is about. I'm completely like losing my mind. Trying to figure out if there's anything else. I don't see anything else in here. Okay, now it opens more places. It's like a little weird. I think this place is like in the space or something. So it's like a floating map. It reminds me of Time Splitters when I was like doing something similar to this, where I use a glitch to make this open view, so it looks like you're in space or something, or in somewhere like in the sky, to make it actually work. I like how you can able to close and open. I never was able to do that. I always had trouble doing something like that. I can open this. Interact, yes. Oh my goodness, this is a bunch of weapons. I never knew this creator would do this, something like this. Look at all types of them right here. You even got the powerful shotgun shells ready at your disposal. Let me see this side. My goodness. Like, he has all the weapons ready to be prepared with. Even this one you can swing at if you hit them. Wonder what that is. I have no idea. Pretty neat for a map. I'm not to lie, it's pretty neat. And then you have this area. Looks like you're in training or something. You're shooting other opponents? Must be. Like a training gear. Yeah, I never not lie, this was kind of interesting. He made a good map over there. I could see the view outlook because he closed everything up, but it's still a good map. Can't lie to that. Looks like everything else is locked, isn't it? Yeah. Let's say I can move somewhere. What happened here? The killer balls all over the place. What the heck? So many killer balls. What's happening here? Yeah, for some reason they're just killer balls I see. Okay. Let's get out of this map now. I have no idea who created that, but I'm about to find out who made that map. Okay, so the person who made it was Jailer 2010. Oh, hopefully I corrected me if I'm wrong. That's the person who made that recruitment base. So I'm gonna go on with the next one, which is because I already did this one. So we're gonna go with Amnesia look-alike, which it does have like a similarity to the original game, but not quite like to it. But it does. I did had to fix it up though, because at first it had some problems. So I made it playable at least. Okay, so let's take a look what we have here. Sorry about my throat. It's just I drank a lot of soup and it was so hot, so my throat got exposed to that burniness, and that's why my throat sounds like the way it is. Okay, so this is Amnesia. I'm looking at it right now. What I did is I put a bunch of weapons, so it is infection / multiplayer, and it's cool that you can fight in this as well. There's not really much here I can say. All I know is we did a lot of things in here. And look at, you can go in here as well and hide. So they have a lot of hiding spots. If you're playing an infection, yeah, that's a hiding spot in there. Trying not to move too fast. You can see. You can go up here too and move around and add other weapons. What I like about this is you could do this. So I like about that. You could do this. And for some reason in Halo 4 you can't do something like that. But at least you could skin it now, thank goodness. You can skin it. So these are like hiding spots basically. And the hiding spots are like good to hide from the infected. When it comes to the multiplayer, you could shoot. Stop doing that. Shoot around and try to infiltrate anybody who's around, so you could like move around. It's more funner in multiplayer than it is in an infection. It's more scarier in an infection. But when you're multiplayer, you can shoot at each other and try to get weapons from in here. And then when you're coming out, you just continue shooting around. Do have this one, which is cool. We have this weapon that shoots easier, the sentinel easier. And you can look down to see if there's anybody down there. For overall, this Amnesia map is like similarity, not entirely from it. But you can tell that how the creator wanted to do is just make it like interesting and crazy. To actually make it more. I think you get an energy sword here, yeah. Get an energy sword there. See if I can move around. Just shooting around. nothing really much around that I could say. Though you have these cool, interesting things you can go up and down places. Yeah, that's where I've always been. Trying to move slowly as possible, not too fast. Yeah, that's about much. This is the map. Great, cool map, cool small map for players that just want to fight each other in small maps. Something like dark to infected, where you're trying to be away from the infected. So that's what this map is. Alright, so I guess I could do a couple of more. So let's do this one. Why I wanted to show this is because it reminds me of the Halo 1's First Blood glitch, which was really at its classic. So I wanted to go in it right away. Basically, this creator built them, and he did a good job in making it work. Okay, let's see. Alright, here it is. So what I did is I made some more vehicles, all types of them. You don't see this in Halo every day. This one right here, this one's really strong. I'm about to show you right now what it does. It shoots out this pink laser thing, which is completely decimate anything. Imagine having this in Halo Infinite's campaign. This thing will kill every single banish you can find with the help. It's really that powerful. And then you have this one, a secondary powerful, not that much, but it does do good damage to destroy infiltrate. And then you have the rocket one, of course, to your opponents. And then that's about much. These are just like ships you can use, and then you got a stronger one. Including, let me tell you, including the tank, you have this one, the black one, which is strong at its armor, not its weapons, but its armor is very strong, so you can't take this one down just like that. It's gonna take a lot of hits in order to take that one down. This one is weak at its armor, but its way it shoots, it's very strong. And just by that amount is just enough to destroy anything around. And its turret is mostly another stronger one. So if you were to use the operating turret, you can do this, and it just shoots extremely good at just hitting players easily. And of course, you have the ghosts of each clan, one from the weakest to the strongest. And how they shoot are really insane. See how they shoot, really insane. And then this one too, the Ultra. This one shoots a little bit weaker. But the gold one seems to be do the more damage. And you have the red, which is second. So they took their time really to make these vehicles work. And you have the rest right there. And then you have the other side right there. It doesn't look like I can go more further than that, but this is the map basically. And you basically go over here, you have all the same thing like if you were in Halo 1. And you could shoot around and fire against other teammates. What's cool about it too is I was able to put all types of vehicles. So if you're doing a big team battle and you have 16 players, they're going to use all these vehicles they can to try to fire upon each other. So it's going to be like massively crazy. Though they can't go, what do they say? Let me see, can they go high? No, they can't go too high. That's the only thing that sucks. You can't go too high. Because there's like a boundary that prevents you from going that high. So that you can be in good aiming distance. At least you're able to use the vehicle that you can to fire. And let me show you what these things do. Let's go to this one for an example. This is the highest I can go, but you can still do a good shooting ability, and you could use Skype. Like, let's say if there's a tank shooting at you, you could just do this. Like, let's say a tank is shooting at you, and you're trying to avoid it. All you do is do something like this, do that, and then you can prevent the thing from shooting. So this ship is still powerful. I'm still mad that they don't have Prometheans and Halo Infinite. That's what gets me mad. But overall, these vehicles are really cool to actually use. Then you have the regular one, which is basically just shoots like regular bullets and does that weird same thing as the orange one. Then you have the Mantis, which I was able to change, and this one's the funnest out of all of them. See if I can get in. I can tell I put it in first person view, which is cool. You can actually change the viewpoint and make it first person, because I always had problems when I was in third person view. It was so annoying, and now with the first person you can just see where you're shooting at from your opponents and just go directly like that shooting, which is cool to me. You can never have that in other Halos, because this is like the only one that you can customize the option. But yeah, this map shows you basically the Halo 1, how it really, this person made it be like. And it has capture the flag, it has the same spawning points where you go in the middle and spawn there. You basically shoot down your opponents. I think I messed up a map. Hold on. Alright, there you go. That's what I was missing. It's cool to have a pelican. See, I was able to put like a pelican flying around. So it's like you look in the sky and there's pelican flying. And put some weird noises as well. So you're on this side, you're shooting other player opponents and trying to take down. Basically, that's the objective of this thing. Not so bad for this map. I give this creator props for it. Not so bad. Let me see if there's even inside of the cave system. Yeah, I was able to put a cave in here. And you could get a sniper. God damn, what is wrong with that video? Okay. What I like about this sniper is really hectic strong. By just firing at it. So you can tell how strong it is. So if you're lucky to get it in here, you can use this sniper against your players. And then you got the first rocket, which is a little stronger. It has 3 blasters instead of 1. Again, if that's only if you're lucky, you can use it against your players. So yeah, that's the map. And not to lie, that's a really good one. So all these maps I played during my young teens and childhood times, where it's like I just had nothing else to do, and those are the maps we came up with. So the creator who made this was Dark Lord. He was the original author who made this map, and the one that did Amnesia was unknown. What is it, Emerald, something like that. He created that map as well, and to give him props for what they did for those ones, they're really cool. So moving on to the second one, you have Isolation, which is similar to the Sevastopol Station, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it anyways because it's pretty cool. And I'm looking at to see if I covered the other one already. It doesn't look like I covered it, so I'm gonna go ahead and proceed with it. What Isolation is, it's similar to Sevastopol, but in a much smaller, like if you're going to a tinier ship. So it's like it has a alien Isolation vibe to it. That's basically what this map is. And what the heck is happening? Hold on. My thing's acting kind of weird on me. Okay, there you go. God damn it. I don't know what the heck was that about. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at what this map is about, because I know I can remember from my memory I used to play multiplayer a lot in this, so it still brings me back the times where I played it before I went to retirement. So this is the map basically. You're probably like, where is it at? Like, this is it? Like, all this inside is it? What he did is made it like an end screen out of there, and did all this weird features in it. So all this right here that you see is the map, and then have it look like out there to make it look like you're actually moving. I don't think I can able to spawn in there, can I? Let's see if I can kill myself to spawn. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna have to move some stuff then. Okay. Let me see if I can move something. I need to go for a right thing to move in because I don't want to mess anything up. Let's see which one does it better. I think this one. Let me see. If I can get inside. Okay. Let me close this up and. Okay, that's better. So this is the map, basically. The outside is the structure, and then when this is the inside structure, he put it in somewhere else. Then he was able to make it like if you're inside the ship. And it's cool how they have all this crazy lights in it, but it does give the alien isolation vibe to it. And when we did in multiplayer, we had fun with shooting each other from across the rooms, from directly the hall to the single rooms. And what we did in Infection is try to stay in one corner places to try to stay alive, because it's really a narrow, small place, because one bad move and you can get killed easily. So it's more like easier for the infected to try to kill opponent, but much harder for the ones that are surviving. Though it does have a narrow place where the infected can easily die. Though it's still one of the maps that you have to like be careful with. And you do have two sides of red versus blue. So there's red versus blue. You can fight it again in there. For some reason, it's not working on my color, green. Obviously, I think the blue team spawns in here, so I might change the blue team. And they usually go in here and they see space, and they know that, and they can end up going over here to fight against the other opponents with more of the weapons. It's like they would break in and start shooting over here. And then the red team is the other side, so they basically go in here and start like trying to fight against their way through. So it's like a small, tiny, narrow place for only a little bit individuals, not a lot. So like a 4 versus 4 basically situation. Yeah, 4 players versus 4 against each other, fighting in the hallways. So that's what this map is about. So not so bad for this map. Alright, let's leave this. I'll look at the creator right now who made this. Yeah, most of these maps are modified, so I was able to modify them. But the map, the original creator, you can see right there. I can't pronounce that name, but that's the original one who made that map. And you can take a look to see how much maps he built. But I was able to do Slayer and BVV. Again, I was horrible at editing, but I was able to do like initials for them so they could see which ones are there. Alright, so I guess what I can do is the last one, which I think for my last one I want to do, because you got a lot of good ones actually. Let me see if I did. I only did Slender the 8 pages. I didn't do the other one, so I'm gonna go ahead and do Slender Creek. Let me go with for some reason I don't have the other ones. I'm gonna go with blue team. So Slender Creek is like a classic map. It reminds you of the Slender thing, but mostly we call it Slender Creek because the original creator wanted to make a Slender vibe. And to have it in this situation is something neat to actually take a look at. So that's what I'm going to do right now and view it. Alright, so this is the map. Everything's so bright here. I put some weird noises so you can't even tell. Alright, so this is like if you're in, it's really fun in Infection, and if you can't see really good in the mist, you're gonna have a hard time knowing where the infected is because the infected is invisible. So it's really scarier to know if they're coming or not. It makes it crazier. But we had fun in Infection, mostly fun in Infection with this map, and it has like a narrow bridge where you can go down there. But what this person this creator did is Made a bridge so you can go in here, but you can't see. That's the only thing that sucks. You can't see the bridge where you're going because it gets so bright, so you don't know if they're behind you or forward you. And then put this like forest look-alike so you can't hardly see anybody. It's so foggy. That's how I wanted it to be like, but this creator did a good job, and I just fixed it up so it could be more of a crazier thing. And then you have this water down here. If you touch the water, of course you can hear footsteps easily. It's like a 1v1 situation. So your only goal and objective in this map is survive. That's basically it. You have to survive and try to get away from the infected. And so you have to like hide in trees or pin down somewhere with the group and try to prevent any infections from getting through. Although the advantage for the infection is these trees, because there's so many of them. There's a variety of tons of trees, so they can use that as their advantage to easily try to hide and take cover in a tree with players is showing, while another one's going in another tree. It's like confusing which tree they're at until they strike at you. That's what makes it crazy about this Slender Creek, because there's so many trees in the way, and since it's foggy, it makes it even harder to see. If you're basically open here, you can get killed because they can easily shoot you unless you're really good. But yeah, this is what Slender Creek is about. You can even hide over here. There's like this little area you can hide. But it does make a lot of noise, so they'll know where you're at if they do find you. And I don't think you can go over here. See, it's blocked. But why I chose this map again, this map is really cool to actually see and know where your players are going to be at. And I still had time. I'm really shocked I have time to look at it. So let's look at this creator here to see what he has, who actually made it. So none other than this creator, UGR, which I give props for actually making this come to life, and I was able to fix it up and make it work in a way that it actually works, because these maps are really cool. Alright, so now that we got that covered, I guess the last one for today, I probably will do WaterPark. And let me tell you why I want to do this one so badly. WaterPark is one of the custom maps from someone who had an idea of, let's create a water park and do it for Halo 5. And so with this one, I wanted to do is I wanted to show what happens when you make WaterPark into a scarier map. And now what to do that, I decided to increase the size of special effects. Well, none other than making it a dark texture where you can barely see. And it made it even scarier in infection, and it worked really good. But this is basically what WaterPark is. Let me see if I can get around. Yeah, basically WaterPark is this ginormous area. I can move slowly, but it's really like blocked in all directions. Okay, so I got it, at least I got somehow. So WaterPark is so dark you can barely see, but it works. I'll probably have the lighter version if I can later on. Oh my god, how did I even get down there? I fell into the pool. Okay. Some sort of like underground water system. It's so dark, but it worked perfectly for infection. And this has brought me back a lot of memories of just playing a lot of times with this. So I was able to look at how cool this thing is, and for some reason this thing doesn't have a lot of ammo. But when you're playing infection, you usually pin down somewhere like right here or up here in these tents to try to shoot as many players as we can. Sometimes we'll go somewhere else, but mostly it does bring the scarier vibe of WaterPark. This is what happens when a storm hits and it gets so dark. And this added made darker special effects so you can barely see like who's in there and who's not, so it makes it harder to see. See how dark it is? It's like you don't even know what's gonna come after you in the infection. Yeah, I'm already getting confused myself just by trying to get up. Okay, so you can tell that it has everything. If you go in the light areas, you're safe because you don't know they're at, but they still can kill you though. You have to be careful. It doesn't look really much of a multiplayer because it had it better for infection, but it does bring entry. Because if you play multiplayer in this, you obviously can't see, and it'll be annoying. But it's cool how these water parks can, you know, have these tunnels where you can go down there until you make it to the end. And see, I already came down to the water. This is the red one too over there. This was really fun, and I think if Halo Infinite can go back to Halo 5's Dalek roots, I think they'll have a success in Halo Forge. That's what we want to see. This place is large. It's not small. It is large. You can get lost in here if you're not careful, and it does have like a lot of obstacles you could see. And since it's dark, it makes it even scarier in infection. You don't know where they're gonna come out. You could just tell by just looking at it how it's being ride. It's like you can't see. Your visual is completely like darkened. The only visual you have is basically whatever is like available to your eyes. You have another like obstacle in here. That's cool. And you go down. Like damn. This is like a cool, interesting map that I was able to take a look at and find like satisfying. And then you got this little playground place for like somewhere like a jungle gym or something. Usually these are like bad areas to pin down because they can kill you from right here. You don't even know it. I wouldn't recommend it. If one of those are really good and like those narrow places, feel free. But yeah, this is the water park in the dark version of it for infection. We played this a lot. It was scary and infection. And I recommend it for it. So yeah, that's about much. I'm gonna see the creator who made this map and still give props for that. Okay. So go to my files. So the creator of this map was none other than Unsorted Guy. And he's the one that created this map and made it come to life. And I was just able to fix it up and make it much better. So yeah, that's about it for this original thing. And somehow I can still open packs. I'm very shocked. But this is what I wanted to show also as well. You can tell that if you look at my armory, there's so many varieties you could choose from. I can't even do that in Halo Infinite. You can't even choose a bunch of masks. At least this one you're able to choose a bunch of masks here. This is, I think they need to look at it. And then a bunch of visors as well. This is a darn shame. It is a darn shame. Even weapon skins as well. Like you have so many varieties of weapon skins. What the heck? You can unlock them. Like, come on, what the heck is that happening here? So I had to just make that quick assumption. So yeah, this is Halo 5's Forge maps of the part 2 of all the things you've seen. I will put what kind of maps I shown and when I'm done streaming this. But go ahead and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss out any more live plays or stuff like this on the original side that I'll be presenting. Be sure to also comment if you think that you have something that you want to talk about and these we call it episode videos of the original content, because there's so many varieties. I'm still doing things, and hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on another video from your Zero Pal Jimmy Wilson. So that's about it. Signing off. Thank you guys so much, and bye bye.